Oh, so cute. Puss. Yeah, puss. Oh, cute. G'day viewers, I'm going to move on to my next restoration project. This one is a little beauty. This is a single phase kilowatt hour meter. 5 amps, 230 volt single phase. EMMCO type M.C.3 from 1934. The year it was made. NE from northeast of Victoria. 2000 revs per kilowatt hour. Fast meter indeed. 9196. 2 wire. Now come on, focus. It's nice how they did that. They joined all the number wheels together. That's cool how they did that back then. As you can see, it's just been in a sunny spot for quite some time. You can kind of see there. On an angle like that, and that's where the sun's cooked it. If you look carefully, the paint's untouched there, but over here it's all been cooked. So let's take the cover off and give it a good just observe the insides. Ohm up the windings, make sure everything's okay. Make sure it's all mechanically sound, and then we can wire it up. It's only a 5 amp little meter, so I'm going to have to put a small load on this to accuracy test it. That's the great granddaddy to the BAZs and the email meters. Just open it up carefully. Got like a hinge setup, a hinge is up there. There you go. Glass is very well secured. It's a copper case. It's all pressed out of a sheet of copper. And there's a little old EMMCO brake magnets. There's where they started rounding them off. And the later model when the BAZs came along. $91.96. Oops. Put those aside. That's my little screws. There's potential coil. Looks exactly like the Sangamo HAT one. And there's our current coil there. Even the load wheel looks very similar to the Sangamo HAT. You can see how EMMCO got their was inspired. EMMCO was inspired by Sangamo, because there's a lot of similarities here. You can see the design of the meter, and they kept that rounded design. So let's get a close look at the mechanics here. It's got the fold down hook that hinges down. There's the back of the meter, inside the mechanics. Oil there, you put oil in there. Right. So we've got active in, neutral out, phase out. No terminal cover, it's just a little bit that slides over the top. It's missing unfortunately. So let's wire this thing up and give it a test. Was a little bit bent. This was pressed into the bottom here, dented, because it was the way it was transported. It's got 2,207 kilowatt hours, 0.1. Alright, let's wire it up and give it a test. See if it's still accurate after 78 years. Now viewers, the actual adjuster to lift the load wheel up when you adjust the bearings, and there's a little grub screw on that hub there. That's all. You can undo that and lift the load wheel up or down on the shaft instead of lifting up from the bearings like other meters. So this is just set up a little different. If you look, camera can focus on it. There's a grub screw on there. You can undo that and lift the load wheel up onto the drive shaft to adjust the height. Well, that's good. I got this meter accurate again. Okay, viewers, that's on its mark. It's a 5 amp meter. I got this on the one low setting, so it pulls 5 amps on the low setting here. On one. Oh, that's on needles there on the one there. Bit hard to see the notches. So let's Power on. 3, 2, 1. I'm going to turn this one on. Let's see how fast this thing is. 10 amps. That's a fast meter. That's 8 amps going through a 5 amp meter. Back on 1. It's 5 amps going through it at 1 setting, on the low setting. So that's going to advance 1. Look at that thing. Man, that's a fast meter. It's a bit harder to see the notches so thick. But let's get to, yeah, it's about a quarter of the way there. Oh, I can't see the notches on this one, so let's see. Yeah, the notches are very hard to see. It's halfway. That one there seems to be halfway. It's very hard to see the bloody notches on this thing because it's so faded off by the sun. Look at that thing go. Now the camcorder light turns on. Exactly twice the speed of the BAZ. Let they get to the other mark there. Let's see what this is advanced onto. Power off. Take the cover off actually, we can see the mechanics moving. Okay, the cover's off. Let's continue to test. Power on. Heater on. That's 13 amps going through a 5 amp meter, so turn that back on the 1. I don't want to cook this coil, I think. Leave it on the low setting. More brass dial pointers there. Very, very well made little meter. Let that advance to the next mark on that other BAZ. Let's see what this in here stops at. But there you go, that potential coil looks exactly like the Sangamo one. And there's a bearing down there. There's a drive. No, camera bloody loses focus for zoom in a certain amount. Yeah, high low speed adjustment there. Oh, what's that on? Okay, it's almost to the middle. The top bearings up in there. Oh. Okay, power off. Yeah, it's probably advanced one. Yeah, I'd say this meter's accurate. Very hard to tell because you can't see the notches. Very, very almost faded off completely from the sun. I'm not going to go touch and if I smudge that off, I'm going to smear the writing off. I don't want to do that. There you go. Watthour meter from 1934. That's the oldest in my collection so far. The load reel is perfectly central. Hasn't got any reel drops or anything. Tiny stator, just a steel stator, not cast iron. This is when EMMCO was first established. I think EMMCO was established in 1925, I think. And they were, the government established them to help deal with the imports of Watthour meters from Britain. There's a gear train. Very well made, nice little meter. Right, let's give it a bit of a clean. You've got some stuff stuck to the magnets here, gotta get those off. Don't want those jamming up the load wheel. So let's do a cosmetic restoration. Okay viewers, it's all cleaned up. I just gave it light dust, a very light touch up on that brass plate here, because there's a little bit of gunk on it that I had to clean off. So be very careful, it's nice and clean now. There you go, 5 amps, type MC3, 230 volts, 2 wire, 2000 volts per kilowatt hour, 50 cycles. Electricity meter, manufacturing Co Limited, Sydney. And the year it was made, 1934. NE for North East Victoria, 619. Property of State Electricity Commission of Victoria. And the good old days. Very well made. Makes a great display piece, these very old meters. There you go. But this meter's got a story to tell. I fixed up that bent pin because that was unfortunately bent and damaged during transport. So yeah. All it needs now is a terminal cover. But she's all fully restored and passed the accuracy test. From what I've seen in the way that little dial advanced. It was very hard to see, but it did. So there you go, it's fully restored. Thanks for watching.